Well, I'm Will Leggetter, and this is Carruthers, Leggetter Whoever. And today are we continuing our journey
Yes,
into
this
the
is
mind
our.
of myself? Yeah.
This is. I think this is the. Oh, which entry? This is the fourth entry into your mind.
Okay. So we're not too deep. So this is, of course, the wonderful National Treasure.
Benjamin Franklin Gates, you are undertaking the duty of the family Gates to find the most spectacular treasure in history. It grew throughout the ages and moved across continents until it was hidden by America's founding fathers, who left clues to the treasure's location right before our eyes. The unfinished pyramid, the all-seeing eye, are telling us something. Keeping this treasure safe, Benjamin, is your destiny.
You're treasure hunters, aren't you?
We're more like treasure protectors.
All his life, Benjamin Gates has searched for a treasure no one believed existed.
Don't you get it, Ben? The treasure is a myth.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that.
But what he thought was the final clue
108 years of searching and I'm 3 feet away.
is only the beginning.
The Declaration of Independence.
You think there is a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence?
Which has been a household favorite of mine. It's a great, I see it as a great Sunday afternoon movie, maybe with a roast. But then I see most movies like that.
You say this about an abundance. If somebody had the time and patience, they could edit a good montage over the past 150 episodes of you going, sort of film you watch late at night with your dad, or sort of movie you watch on a Sunday afternoon.
The map is invisible.
Why would we make this up?
Where's your proof?
We don't have it.
Riley, get down!
Did Bigfoot take it?
Word about the map is bound to get out. Ian's gonna try to steal it. 90 seconds. The only way to protect the Declaration is to steal it.
What?
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Ben?
From producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director John Turteltaub.
It is surrounded by guards and video monitors and little kids on their 8th grade field trip. You will go to prison, you know that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, go! Get out of there. Get out of there now.
He's got the bloody map.
This Thanksgiving, the clues of 10 generations
There's more to the riddle.
will reveal a mystery 20 centuries in the making.
Who wants to go down the creepy tunnel inside the tomb first?
Tell me what the next clue is.
I'm a very time-centric person.
I'm going to give you the movies that are coming up on this block. You're going to give me 3 options.
Okay.
Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
late night, halfway through, 10 o'clock. Okay, we'll watch. Yeah. We'll just watch the final hour of that. Or, I don't know, what's your third option? Something you would choose and would put on
Yes.
start to finish. Click.
Late night.
Along Came Polly.
Sunday afternoon.
Ratatouille.
Choose.
Choose.
I choose to put.
Oh,
that
you
in.
choose to watch Ratatouille. Sorry.
Yeah.
National Treasure. Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Johnny English Reborn.
Choose.
Sherlock Holmes.
Choose.
Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Choose.
The Prestige.
Choose.
Flushed Away.
Sunday afternoon with a roast.
The Pirates and an Adventurous Scientist.
Sunday afternoon.
We'll skip Wallace and Gromit miniseries. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Choose.
And that's that.
There you go.
It's a relish. Gravy's a hot sauce.
What do you see?
Nicolas Cage. National Treasure.
And we're back. Morgan Freeman at Balmoral Castle. I'd love to see that. Amanda Holden at Wales. Very good. But National Treasure. I've. This is my virginity with National Treasure. Does your love of National Treasure extend into Book of Secrets, Will, or is it just this?
I haven't seen Book of Secrets for a while, but I came across a few clips, she did a bit of reading, and I think maybe Book of Secrets might even be the better film. But that's a difficult decision because I love Sean Bean very much.
Does Sean Bean not appear in the second film?
I don't think it's Ed from the Truman Show.
Ed Harris.
Yes. Yeah, he's the baddie in that one.
All right. Well, I like Ed Harris. YouTube comments. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Quote of the century. It's big. It's the only way is up.
This is just an excuse to get your Nick Cage impression out.
What is your favourite thing to quote Nick Cage?
Put the bunny back in the box.
Put the bunny back in the box is very fun. I'm a big fan of. You haven't seen 8mm. I'm a big fan of the tape. The film is real. The film is real. I also like. Oh no! I know what that. It's full Wicker Man. It's how to get burned. How to get burned. How to get burned. How to get burned. Killing me won't save you, goddamn honey. I very much enjoy.
Right.
I also very much enjoyed punching a woman dressed as a bear.
As a bear.
I also
great episode. Listen to the Wicker Man.
Listen to the Wicker Man. Back to back with our other Wicker Man episode. Probably collectively our favourite horror film.
Yeah.
Probably it's not my favourite horror film, and it's probably not your favourite horror film.
I'd say collectively.
But collectively, big fan of the. Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God! That's one of my other things to quote. Definitely the best movie ever. Will, you like National Treasure? Would you go that far?
Depends what mood I'm in. I mean, it's not the best movie ever, is it? No, but it's pretty goddamn good. It's got everything I like about a movie.
Because this was a good ass movie. Now the question is, where's the emphasis?
It's got to be Nick Cage.
Great ass. Harvey Keitel.
Got a great ass.
And your head is all the way up. The treasure is, in fact, knowledge. Ha! Indeed.
I mean, it's not. It's the.
It's all the treasure worth 10 billion. The movie is one of my inspiration to find Japanese treasure in the Philippines.
There you go.
I wonder if he succeeded. This movie turns 15 today. Still a fun swashbuckling adventure, even if it's ridiculous in a lot of spots. Nicolas Cage never fails to please.
That's very true. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I'll give you that. From the happy views to the 1-star reviews in Katrina Unit 1-star corner. Propaganda film for the brainless. After sitting through this pile of dung, my husband and I wondered whether it was actually the product of an experiment to see whether a computer program could produce a movie. It was that listless and formulaic. But the US propaganda thrown in your face throughout the film proves, disappointingly, that it's the work of humans. Semi-literate garbage. Well, it looked good on paper. But oh dear, this is to Indiana Jones what Speed 2 is to Speed.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
A reasonable cast, including John Voight and Harvey Keitel.
Reasonable.
Battle against a Purell script and lose badly. I was disgusted by this picture. I'm really sorry, but why did this movie ever have to be made? I really tried to make this out, but this movie really sucks. Me being interested in history enormously. Okay, we're going to skip that one because I can't read apparently today. And that's the end of Katrina Unit 1-star corner. It feels like she's dead. We've named it in honor. I mean, this does come out a year from now. Every bone in my body, I hope that previous guest Katrina Unit isn't dead, and I have to edit this episode to have a In the arms of an angel.
Every time, every episode.
Every single time. The Katrina Unit 1-star review, Connor. And it crosses.
Before we get to our 10-minute stretch, what did you think of National Treasure, Tom?
I'm not the biggest fan. I enjoyed it for the most part. It was an ideal waking up movie. I could come around to it.
It's a fun little adventure treasure map romp with Nick Cage.
Yeah. Does not need to be 2 hours and 10 minutes. That is painful. Not painful, that's strong. But a nice tight hour 40 cut would do this. Spoilers for the fun facts. I mean, I'm not going to say it twice. The original cut of this movie was 4 hours long. Now, I have no idea what is missing. Maybe it's more snow. Maybe it's just 2 hours of footage of Nick Cage on his snowmobile. But
I don't know how long it's out. In fact, it's here right now. So the second movie
is longer.
Is no, it's 2 hours 4 minutes. So around about the same. But I think that's justified more because you get a lot more variety in location and country. It's more of a globe hopping.
Yeah.
Whereas this is very, very. Where is it? They're in Boston.
They're in Philadelphia for a lot of it, where I spent a great 4 months of my life. And yes, I was like, oh, there's a. Actually, on the first Philadelphia bus tour, they said the guy who was running the tour, who had a big sneeze, kept talking about how the big shootout at the national in the National Treasure movies happened here in this graveyard. And then he'd sneeze into the microphone. It was a great tour guide, but very, very annoying. The sneezing. I can't say I will. I don't know if I'll ever return to it. I think if I have kids, right? You have kids, Will.
I do.
Yeah. You have kids in the future. You're going to show them an adventure series. In what world do you pick National Treasure over Indiana?
I mean, I don't think I'd have to stick to one. Why can't I show them both, Tom?
You can. You can do whatever you want. But like it was what? So obviously you haven't picked any of the Indiana Jones movies here for this block of 10. I mean, I think it's mainly because you know that I like the Indiana Jones movies, and you've taken this to use movies that I will never ever put onto the show.
It's contemporary Indiana.
We named the cat Indiana. The point is, do you actually think that this is better than Indiana Jones? Or are you just doing it because
I adore that. I would even say that an Indiana would maybe make it one day into my top 20. I love Indiana Jones.
Which Indiana?
So my two favorites are Crusade.
Yeah.
And
Raiders.
I think what? So there's Raiders. There's the
Raiders, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade.
Temple of Doom.
Bangkok Palace. You don't like Temple of Doom?
Right. It's got that annoying child.
Her name is. No, I like the child.
I think. Last Crusade is my favorite.
I mean, you can't beat Sean.
You can't.
But you can beat Hitler. And if Last Crusade taught us anything, it's that we can beat Hitler.
It's just that revolving door scene in the fire. It's great. It's great stuff.
Speaking of Hitler, and speaking of, in a very roundabout way, people in Nazi movies, this movie opens rather delightfully with Christopher Plummer.
It does, which is in one of my best 10 minutes, just
which
because
takes us into 10 minutes stretch.
I think he gives an incredibly charming performance. I love Christopher Plummer.
As was his great talent. We earlier this year, our Girl with the Dragon Tattoo episode released, and I believe I spend a good 15 minutes talking about how much I love Christopher Plummer, in the sweet, sweet knowledge that, in the sweet, sweet ignorance that he will die within the next couple of months. Very sad.
Very sad.
But here he is dead, and we can not be happy that he's dead, but we can commemorate him. He's very good. If you're going to get somebody to read your big load of exposition and bring you into this world of mystery, intrigue, and adventure, you can do far, far worse than Sir Christopher. Was he a sir?
He's playing John Voight's dad.
Very believable again.
Yeah.
So in the first John Voight scene, in the Christopher Plummer scene,
yeah,
obviously John Voight's got this wig and these glasses on.
Yeah, I think there's about 9 years difference of age between them.
I was going to say, like,
yeah,
the first time I saw it, it's a bit like in JFK, where Joe Pesci's character wears all these wigs and these terrible, terrible wigs and eyebrows. And I thought, bloody hell, how bad is the makeup in this film? And then it turns out he's got alopecia, and the real person actually had all these terrible eyebrows and wigs. I thought that they were doing the John Voight look to make it cleaner when he's older later, but there doesn't really seem to be that much of a change. One of my changes is more Plummer. I mean, I know you can't really... Yeah. I feel like that would be a nice... Maybe they could... I don't know why they killed him off. I thought that could have been good for the sequel.
Yes.
To have a Sean Connery figure in there of, you know... Well, I also like to do whatever they do. What is it they do? They're just a family who...
They're just crazy conspiracy theorists that people don't trust.
The Gates family. Benjamin Franklin Gates. Could be, yeah. Keep going, Will, with 10-minute stretches.
Yes, so I've gone for that. I've gone for sort of the in the snow. Where, I mean, all I could think about, I don't know if it's the fact that it's Sean Bean or the fact that he double crosses them, but it's very GoldenEye for me.
Yes. Great. Okay, quick. Another quick tangent. Best Connery, go.
Best Sean Connery.
Best Connery Bond.
Oh, Bond. I'm going to cancel out You Only Live Twice.
You're going to go You Only Live Twice?
No, I'm going to cancel that out.
Oh, thank God.
It's an embarrassment. Doctor No is great.
Doctor No is great. Best Roger Moore. George Lazenby's obviously only got one. Live and Let Die. Best. Who's next? Timothy Dalton.
Is it On Her Majesty's? Is that the George?
That's the George Lazenby. Two Timothy Dalton options are The Living Daylights and License to Kill.
Living Daylights.
The Living Daylights. Your best, and then it's Brosnan.
Yep.
Best
Brosnan. I mean GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah. And best Craig we've talked multiple times on. Takes us back to National Treasure Sean Bean. Yeah, I like the for me this it's not that it's all downhill, but for me the big strength of the film is that first Christopher Plummer opening, nicely bringing us into this world, with charm and charisma and intrigue and adventure, and then the snow, not necessarily reveal of Sean Bean. It's pretty obvious when you realise he's Cockney. Just getting that subtitled. When you realise that he's going to be this broad Cockney villain. But if anything, another change. No, he's not bland. No, I love Sean Bean, and it's not that he's bland. I'd never describe him as bland, but I don't know. His villain just seemed a bit tepid. Yeah,
he hasn't got a lot to do really.
No.
All he does is he goes around kidnapping people and walking into the middle of roads, picking up the Declaration of Independence and smiling,
and scaring little children.
Give me the last 4 letters.
Yeah.
How did they get? All they needed was the last 4 letters to get to it, and they spent. Why didn't he ask him to write the whole thing in one go rather than?
It's almost like, Will, if you think about this movie for more than 5 seconds, it completely falls apart.
No, I adore it. It's great. It's great. It's great stuff.
For me, go on.
I've gone for obviously the stealing the Declaration of Independence.
The gala, the 7th anniversary gala.
What a coincidence. I've got that, and then I've got sort of that when they get into the church and they find the treasure. That sort of ending. So they're my three bits.
And they are mine as well. Open Snow Gala. Open Snow Gala sounds like a crossword clue. Sounds like a very bad crossword clue. They're mine without a shadow of a doubt. Which takes us into Tom's weirdly specific favorite parts of the film. Only got a couple, and it takes us back to our roots really, because these really, really are weirdly specific. My big question is this one of the best cuts from child to adult any movie has ever done? because it's quite bad. There's no matching. Obviously, Indiana Jones has the Crusade has the incredible River Phoenix hat, and then the punch in the rain. That's like maybe the best ever. Obviously, Goodfellas has a great one. But there's just no harmony in the images. It's just harsh cut to, it's a small child, and then harsh cut to him in a snowmobile with his sunglasses on, just driving through the snow.
It's great. Maybe that's where the other 2 hours went.
Oh, it's just that child.
It's another 2 hours of Nick Cage as a child with Christopher Plummer. Oh,
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was originally Kevin Spacey, and so they swapped him for Christopher Plummer and just thought they'd cut 2 hours of it as well.
He's back.
He is back. And by this time, that movie will have been out.
It's a movie about a man who's wrongly accused of being a paedophile. I believe that is the plot.
He is in a cameo as a detective of sexual abuse cases. It's directed by the original Django, not Jamie Foxx, like the original Italian Django, and who was Vanessa Redgrave's husband, Franco Nero. And I mean, there is no better quote than the Italian museum curator getting Kevin Spacey over to read a poem, month after the allegations. And sir, why did you ask Kevin Spacey to read the poem? Because he is the greatest actor in the world. I was on a treadmill when I read that news story, and I laughed aloud. And the person next to me looked over and saw a picture of Kevin Spacey, and presumably had no idea what was happening. Which takes us into, I also have him being very happy with the ID badge. That just maybe it's because Nicolas Cage has a goofy face, but I wouldn't trust that ID badge. And I've the toast. I very much enjoy the awkwardness of, let me take that glass, and nobody noticing that he's holding a glass. I very much enjoy Bean doing riddles and his bodyguards going, maybe it's this and maybe it's that. And I very much enjoy the Scouts joke. Well, unless you're man, all are 10 foot or all 3 foot tall and wear scarves, then we're in trouble. And the filthy, pure filth sex joke that ends the film.
Yes. What a way to end a lovely Disney movie.
Lovely Disney PG movie with Diana Kruger going, I have a map to my vagina if you want to have a look. And he just bolts after her. Will, you're more general or yours specifically?
I've got again, when he grabs the champagne, I love when he downs it. I love anyone that downs champagne. Again, funny moment in that scene, having to pay for the replica, and he's got no cash, and he has to use his. That's a nice, goofy little scene. And then there's a very specific moment when they're in the clothes store, and we have the two changing rooms next to each other. What a crazy scene! But then when they go up to the cashier, and there's a bit where he just goes, whoa, 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 and just puts his hand on her. And it's great.
I think Nicolas Cage can be sexy. Well, no, maybe that's strong. But like, I can see a movie maybe where there is a sexual appeal to Nicolas Cage. It is not to be found in this movie.
National Treasure.
With Diane Kruger.
And I've gone for the little Harvey Keitel reveal that wasn't obvious at all.
Jesus
when
Christ.
He's like, somebody's got to go to look at my ring. It's like
ring.
In the Toast of London Masons episode when they're all shaking the trousers at everyone. It's like that.
And Harvey Keitel would, of course, then be in The Irishman, which has another ring. Only 3 men have this ring, and only one of them is Irish. So that's the world's worst Joe Pesci impression.
I thought you were doing De Niro. There you go.
No, that would be. I'm sorry. What? I am sorry. I just. The Irishman. Incredible,
what a film.
incredible film. You know who I hate? People who say The Irishman's too long and then watch fucking 8 hours of The Office back to back. But anyway, as you were,
let's go.
Or end. Oh. As you were, William.
Yes, that's my generic specific moments.
Soundtrack corner. I didn't really notice the soundtrack, I'll be honest. Is this like one of your favourite soundtracks, or?
I mean, there's a lot of classical music.
Yeah.
It's one of those that's written
wallpapery.
Yeah, it's all original music by Trevor Rabin, who also did some other movies, probably.
At this point, I do want to look at this director, John Turteltaub, who has one of the most insane director's careers of all time. Yeah. So, kicks off with 3 Ninja Kids and Driving Me Crazy and Think Big, before then making Cool Runnings, before then making While You Were Sleeping, then making Phenomenon, the bloody John Travolta movie, then making a movie called Instincts, which is just Anthony Hopkins with a massive beard, when noted anthropologist Dr. Ethan Powell, who left society to live in the jungle, is in prison for murder. It's up to young psychiatrist Theo Calder to get through to him. How have I never heard of this movie in my entire life? Then The Kid, the movie where Bruce Willis plays an old version, and then he goes back to meet his younger self.
Looper.
No. Looper is basically a sci-fi version and a more dramatic version of The Kid.
I remember watching The Kid in a strange B&B in Bamborough.
Oh God.
There you go.
Yes, and then The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I adore that movie. Adore it.
Adore. Well,
I love The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Then a movie we both really enjoy, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Las Vegas. And then It's a Megalodon. The Meg, the return of, not the return of Sean Bean. I was going to say that's Jason Statham. Oh my God, that's Jason.
Dwight Schrute from The Office.
Yeah, loads of people are in The Meg. It's a Megalodon. It's a Megalodon. Wait, didn't we get a Meg 2? Weren't we supposed to get a Meg 2? Yeah, followed by Meg 2, The Trench. Gonna be directed by Ben Wheatley. What? Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, I haven't seen The Meg, so that's on my list.
Don't.
It's
a Megalodon.
My family went to see it at the cinema without me. I was very upset. Because I was at university, of course.
Well, I'm sure we can forgive them.
Maybe. What do we do next on this crazy show, though?
On this crazy show, we do Oscar travesty.
We do.
I don't think there's an Oscar travesty here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Will.
I think you might be correct.
Yeah. Which takes us into Best Single Minute. I have here the painfully bizarre changing room sequence, which is supposed to be a meet cute, I guess. It's like, oh, these people could fall in love.
It's very shoehorned.
It's pain. It's rough. I don't know what draft
She's back for the second movie, and they're very much in love. Oh, or they might not be. Maybe in the second movie they're split up and it's really awkward. I think that might happen.
Yeah, that's probably what it's like.
I haven't seen her in years, and we're going to have to solve this mystery together.
Yeah,
there's only one person that knows how to read symbols like this. Oh no, you're going to have to speak to it at some point, Nick. I think that is exactly the plot.
No. Just putting things aside, and then she left me. Wasn't that Jurassic World 2? Wasn't that a whole 5-minute scene? It's like,
what, with Vince Vaughn?
No, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Oh, I do apologize. Yeah, it was. It was.
Do you know how Vince Vaughn got his part in Jurassic Park 2?
How?
Because in the movie Swingers, they used the Jaws theme in a funny scene where he's talking to a woman at a bar, and she's an actress, and she's like, yeah, and I just do the work. And it's like, oh no, I've put him in a trap. And they played the Jaws theme. But to get clearance of the Jaws theme, Spielberg had to watch that scene, and Vince Vaughn's in it. And he said, I like that guy. And he cast him in Jurassic Park.
Crazy guy. Let's get him.
Crazy guy. Vince Vaughn.
Get him to fight some dinosaurs.
In this movie where he's just a sleazy guy, I want him to fight a dinosaur.
Vince Vaughn's power, his ability on the Lego Jurassic Park 2 PS3 game, is he can open bolts with his metal cutter. That's a fun fact.
That is not a skill. That is something many people can do.
No, you can only do it if you're playing as Vince Vaughn.
If you are Vince Vaughn. And let the record show, the Lego Jurassic Park game does call the character Vince Vaughn, not by the actual character's name. Yeah. Do you have any nominations for Best Single Minute, Will?
I do. I've got, I think that sort of awkward, funny little, when we first meet Dr. Abigail, and he's like, I love your collection of buttons.
I'm going to give you another button.
Oh, that's great. I think
real great witty banter is going to show up in
really
Best
is.
Line.
You can see why she fell in love with him. The chase with Bradley Walsh. That's funny. No, that I think that's a fun little when he's up on the roof. That's great. And the Liberty Bell little cipher scene, the montage with the kid. I think that's very fun. What do you reckon to? Well, yeah, I'll do it now. Yeah, I think it's in my change, but when he jumps into the Hudson.
I mean, at that point, it's not my change because it's so ridiculous at that point. I'm fine. And actually, I was quite thankful that there was a burst of ridiculousness at that point because I was growing a bit weary. I was indeed growing a touch weary. So I was quite happy that we got some absurdity. Best line then takes us into best line. When are we going to get there? I'm hungry. This car smells weird. It's a real line from the film. We've not talked about Riley Poole yet.
We haven't. It's Doug from The Hangover.
It is Doug from It is Doug from The Hangover. Justin Bartha. Great name. Terrible name. Great name. Interesting name. Justin Bartha. Do you like him or do you find him annoying? I think he's just the right amount for this film.
I think he plays the part and the character very well. Very well.
Yeah, I can get down there.
Yeah.
How do a bunch of guys... I'm doing the wrong voice. How do a bunch of guys with hand tools all build this? Same way they built the pyramids and the Great Wall of China. Yeah. The aliens helped them. As we learned in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yes. Not my least favorite. Oh no, yeah, my least favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Ooh, controversial opinion there. Thank you.
I went for a little Harvey Keitel line where the guy was saying, "Yeah, we got a few days back someone said that someone was going to try and break in and steal the Declaration of Independence, we didn't believe them, and he just goes, "How about now?" I think that's great, Harvey Keitel.
Is Harvey Keitel back in the sequel?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Does he get his penis out, as he is known to do in many a film?
Like John Barrymore.
Yes, yes. Except this is for the film, not just. What did he say? It was fun games or whatever.
Just an icebreaker.
How big is it? Icebreaker. I really couldn't accept something like that normally, but I really want it. Very, very funny there for Diane Kruger. Great Diane Kruger there. And that's it really for best line, I have to say.
I think that when he jumps into the horse and he's like, I'm still not against you, but I found door number 3 and I'm taking it. And that's when he jumps off the bridge.
Well, let yourself have the impression. Say that as Nicolas Cage.
I can't do it.
You can do anything you put your mind to.
I've not got a natural speaking
capability.
Timbre. I've got quite.
I have to be in the room. The timbre of my voice is important. What a great show. What's the change then? I don't really have anything. I just have more plumber.
Yeah, I've got that. We've already talked about the Hudson jump. Yeah. I mean, you could argue some of the logic of how he gets to the
some.
In that when they're in the snow and there's like an iron pen. It's the Declaration of Independence.
I mean,
but it's all part of its fun charm. It's a fun little adventure.
Yeah, yes, I've put here tougher clues, but then I think no. So, Will, you a big fan of these two movies, and you're a big fan of the Dan Brown film series.
Yes.
What do you prefer?
These or Dan Brown? Oh, well.
Or should I say Robert Langdon?
Inferno was abysmal.
Mm.
I mean, I just love Ian McKellen in the Da Vinci Code.
Very enjoyable.
Wacky guy. What's the password, darling? Oh, it's great. I genuinely don't know. I think Nick Cage has got something that Tom Hanks just can't achieve.
Good long hair. long hair that's not painfully bad. Yeah, can't say I'm a big fan of any of this really. Any of this that's strong. I didn't mind National Treasure. What's left from Will's notes?
That's all that there is on my.
What's left from my notes? Nothing. Which takes us into. Put here. We're not at Tom's big question yet, but I'm confused. One of my questions I put Abigail Office.
Was she in the office?
No, she definitely was in the office.
Oh, you think she was in the office, and you're like, oh, what character was she in the office?
No, as in like I've just put Abigail Office.
Oh,
I don't know what the question is.
The Abigail Office was when he's on about her buttons.
Yeah. What could be the big question?
Does she believe them? That because they're trying to tip him off that Sean Bean's going to break in. Does she suspect them or? Well,
I did enjoy just a little bit of when he just a nice thing when they're at the shop, and he passes the Declaration without thinking, and then she goes, "I'm not going to run away. It's fine." You go, oh, nice.
I think you will really enjoy the second movie. There's a great scene because they go to Buckingham Palace. It's great.
Do they awkwardly have somebody pretend to be the Queen and stand and wave? Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Nicolas Cage.
No, I think that they're looking at the Queen's desk, and he looks under. He's like, "There's only half a piece here. We need to find the other half. And he's like, there's an identical piece. There's an identical desk in the Oval Office in the White House. And she's like, we're going to have to break into the White House. And he's like, no, we're going to have to kidnap the president. And he,
Oh my God.
he goes to a party with the, he's like, sorry, can I speak to you?
Who's the president?
Who is, oh, right. I'll look it up now. Keep talking.
Because I'm going to steal banter from a different podcast. Bill Simmons on the Rewatchables podcast is very enjoyable. I love the Rewatchables, and they have a thing where they think that an actor should just play the president for 4 years, and like in every movie it should be them. And I just think that's the most ingenious idea ever. And then we can have real conversations about who's the best movie president. Go on, Will.
Harvey Keitel is in the sequel.
I thought you were going to say Harvey Keitel is the president. I thought that is a harsh twist.
Helen Mirren plays Nick Cage's dad and ex-wife of John Voight.
Sorry, 1 minute. Helen Mirren plays Nick Cage's dad.
Mother.
Mother.
Yes. Bruce Greenwood plays the president.
Oh, Bruce Greenwood. Oh, I may have to watch this tonight. God, I love Bruce Greenwood.
Bruce Greenwood, Ed Harris, Helen Mirren, Harvey Keitel, Nick Cage. It's a great movie.
It's a murderer's row. Who's more believable as Helen Mirren's son? Is it Nicolas Cage? Or is it Jason Statham in the Fast and Furious movies? Because neither of those make any sense to me at all.
I think it's Alex Jennings in The Queen.
Ooh, good shout. Love Alex Jennings.
He played Willy Wonka when I went to see it at the West End.
Oh,
wonderful man. He's very good in A Very English Scandal. I'm a 60-40 man myself.
I like Alex Jennings. There's a lady parked in my car. She's sat there wanting to go. She's not leaving. I tell.
He does play Alan Bennett in Lady in the Van, doesn't he? Or is that
No. It's literally Alan Bennett.
That's what you were doing. Yeah.
There's a lady in the van. Peter and Dudley and Pine, Dudley and because he did a one-man play, an Alan Bennett one-man play as Alan Bennett, written by Alan Bennett, sort of from the diaries.
Yeah.
So it perfected the Alan Bennett of it all. I said, I know what magazines you read, Graham. I've got one up on you, Graham. Make it tennis. No. What did she say? She says, I know what magazines you read. What? Chess. You go, oh, chess with men. Chess with no clothes on.
Oh, we love Alan Bennett.
We love Alan Bennett. We love Talking Heads. Stay tuned for in a couple of years when we do the world's most depressing podcast episode where we talk about Talking Heads. What's your favourite 10-minute stretch? Is it when they all break down at the end of every episode and realise their lives are miserable and lonely?
I do think the best one is from the originals is the one with the biscuit down the back of the sofa.
Cream cracker under the settee. Yeah. Yes. Oh, you've done it now, Doris. Sad. Very sad.
Very sad.
A few fun facts, though, aren't sad at all. They're joyful. Diane Kruger did most of her own stunt work in the Kachi. Weirdly, did most of it. The water in the reflecting pool in front of the Abraham Lincoln Memorial in the scene where they're there was added later because the water was drained for maintenance. Yeah, because the water was drained for maintenance.
Unlucky.
The pool was also added in Forrest Gump, actually, which I don't understand because Jenny walks through it.
Oh, there's a scene. Oh, there's a water scene in something there. They added the water. Maybe next time. Carry on.
The DVD, we talked about how the original cut was 4 hours long. During a press junket, when asked if he believed the treasure existed, Sean Bean replied, "It's probably in Sheffield."
Oh, we love him. I hope to God that Sean Bean does my graduation ceremony. he's done it before. Because we get alumni or local people to do a bit of a reading for honorary stuff, and I hope I get Sean Bean.
Sean Bean or Alex Turner?
Sean Bean.
What if Alex Turner came up, didn't talk about the college, just did the Brit Awards speech again? That rock and roll keeps on rolling. Inbox me for the mic.
It's nothing compared to Lewis Capaldi's Brit Award speech. Have you seen that?
I think that's how it went. Something like that. Tagline rundown: the greatest adventure history has ever revealed.
Okay.
Sounds like a riddle itself. In order to break the code, I'm going to do them as Nicolas Cage. In order to break the code, one man will have to break all the rules. It's fine. The clues are right in front of your eyes. And our final one. From the producer of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, is that it? Is that the tagline?
That's it. Which takes us to the end of this, because I don't actually have a Tom's Big Question, because we couldn't get to the bottom of Abigail Office.
Abigail Office.
Abigail Office, which is a weird last name. Well, any final thoughts? Me yawning.
Yeah, it's very contagious. No, I really, please do watch National Treasure. It's a fun. I don't think you'll come out of it and go, well, I wasted 2 hours of my life. I think
you'll say you wasted 2 hours 10 of your life.
Hey, 11. The second movie is equally, if not better, good. Really fun. I'll watch anything with Nick Cage in. Love him.
This is true. I agree.
Da ba da ba da ba da.